Alright guys, I'm back with another YouTube video. My name is Adrian and this video is going to be about detaching and letting go. And I'm going to give you guys many examples, and keep in mind that I'm not bragging, but I'm using these to kind of show you so you can actually see what I'm talking about. So detaching and letting go. A couple of days ago or a couple of weeks ago, I had a friend named Jory, shout out Jory, who actually asked me, he's like, hey, when did you make the decision, or when did you know to just go in on your business? And most people, right before I get into it, are hesitant. They're 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And for me, is that once I had confirmation that the business model worked, that I had my business partner, that had a team, that had a plan, I doubled down, right? Most people want security. Most people want to feel comfortable. I just jumped in. I didn't work a job. I relied on my business to pay my bills. And the thing that I told him was, I'm like, bro, if God gave you the vision, what makes you think that God won't also provide for me? What makes you think that God won't also give you the clients? What makes you think that God won't fill up your bank account? And so by detaching myself from everything and putting full trust into God, right? Full faith, because I believe that whatever happens, I was going to be okay, or that I am okay, it just works out perfectly fine. Right? I wasn't worried about the outcome. I detached myself from the outcome. What if this? What if that? What if this doesn't work out? None of that. That doesn't even enter my brain. It doesn't even enter my mind. Right? And so most people need all these confluences. They need security. They need to feel comfortable. When that is like, you need to do the opposite, right? And I need you to be open-minded, because this kind of contradicts itself. Most people go through life and they have a set of beliefs that that was programmed into them from when they were young. A great example of this is about money, right? Most people go through life with a scarcity mindset. And I'm going to give you an example. It's like, we all know that one person that just seems to be careless, spends money all the time, yet they somehow have it. Why? Because they're detached from money. Money doesn't control them. Money doesn't make who they are. They're the same with or without it. Okay? And so that person just doesn't give a shit, and they're always spending money, they're always making money, they're always doing whatever, because money doesn't control them. They detach themselves from it. Or you can detach yourself from things, and you can detach yourself from outcomes. And so if you're chasing something, if you have a vision, you need to actually detach from it, right? Most people think, oh, I need to obsess, when in reality, that's just pushing it away from you, because you're trying to force it to happen. And when you operate like that, it's actually repelling. It's actually pushing it away from you. When in fact, you first have to change on the inside, right? You have to change your internal and act as if it's already yours. Act as if you already own it. Act as if that's who you already are. And that goes for anything. Whether you're trying to change your current circumstance, whether it's about money, whether it's about relationships. And I'm going to give you an example of this too. I had a friend who is a high value man, has his own business, makes money online, has a nice car. He went to the gym, he looks good, and he was constantly chasing this girl. Chase, attention. Anytime she would call, or he would call her, he would just drop everything, focus on her, and he was constantly chasing her. Until he realized, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna just let go. I'm not gonna force it. 3 days later, she calls back, starts blowing up his phone, 20 phone calls. That dynamic switch, the roles reversed. And she just couldn't figure out why. She couldn't figure out what the hell happened in such a short amount of time, but it's because he detached himself. Okay? With or without her, he was the exact same person. And so something that he was constantly chasing after started coming towards him. And it literally switched the dynamic of that relationship. Okay? Another example. I manifested or created my dream team. My A-player team is what I refer to them. We each have our own strengths and weaknesses. I manifested my friend group and circle of close friends. They're all business-minded. They're all funny. They're all charismatic. They all have their own strengths and weaknesses. They all go to the gym. They all do extremely well in life. And it took me 4 years to realize that, right? I had to detach myself from the outcome, because once I truly accepted it and I realized that, yes, I already have it, they just came. Me and my business partner manifested him too. I used, maybe some of you guys watching know who like Brett Scales and B.S. Alfredo is and Pierre, right? They're a little bit younger than me. But I used to always think about, wow, what if I actually had a friend that was also my business partner? And I detached myself from wanting for that. I used to pray for that, like heavily. Like, I want it. Until I detached and let go, and now I have that. I have a business that literally requires zero fulfillment on my end, but it's still high ticket and allows me to make money online. I manifested that. Why? Because I let go. I stopped trying so hard. Me and my business partner started this new business. It's like 8 months old. 6 months in, we needed an app developer. We're like, we need it. Guess what? 2 weeks later, through one of our marketers, we got an app developer. Guess what? 2 to 3 weeks later, we have everything up and running. We have the foundation laid out. We need affiliates. I go to a mastermind event in Miami. The last person of the night on the yacht, after networking with every single person there, talking to new people, breaking down my business, learning about theirs, right? I generally find it interesting, but the last person there of the night, I stayed talking to him for like 2 hours explaining everything, and we're like a perfect fit. He liked my product, my business. He has, right? And then he has a bunch of affiliates. And so exactly what I needed, created a partnership, met him like a week later in Miami again at his office, started working with him. We're expanding our team. We needed another software developer. Just met one today. We're actually going to meet him tomorrow. And so things that we constantly need, we know that we're going to get, and it just unravels. Why? Because we're so detached from the outcome, whether it happens or whether it doesn't happen, which like at this point, like we know it's going to happen regardless, because I genuinely believe that the universe works through people. It's going to come to us. Okay? Instead of focusing my energy like, oh, we need this, we need that. It's like, bro, chill. It's going to come. Act as if you already have it. And as long as you continue doing your inputs and doing the stuff that you have to, just know that God will provide for you. Right? Tying it back to that story. When did I know that it would like to make that switch? When did I know to jump ship? God gave me the vision. I trust God. So why would I not trust God to provide for me? Why would I not trust God to bring me the ideal clients, the people that actually need my help and need my services or need my product? Okay? And so there's a cool painting that Michelangelo actually painted, and I'll probably pop it up on the screen, but it's where God, it was a creation of life or breath or something like that. But there's a small little detail that most people miss, and God's finger, like I said, I'll pop it up on the screen, was fully extended. And the finger of the man, or of men, was actually bent. And so God is always going to be there. God is always going to stretch out his hand and help you. But it's the person that doesn't have full faith, full conviction. And that small little detail tells you everything that you need to know. Most people are 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You complain, you idolize, you like fantasize about your dream life. You have a confirmation, but most people don't take the fucking risk. Grab his finger, bro. Grab what's yours and claim it. That's literally all you have to do. Go all in. Go balls to the wall. You know, if you're, and I always advise this, take educated risks. Don't be a dumbass and take risks, but take educated risks. If you're someone who has a mortgage, has like kids and stuff like that, yeah, don't like quit your job and then just go all in. But if you are young, if you have nothing to lose and everything to gain, bro, what is the worst case scenario if you just go all in? You end up back at the same spot. You end up back at the same job. But on the other side of that, you get to learn, you get to fail, you get to enjoy the journey, right? Like I said, maybe you end up back, but then you try again. And what's on the other side of that? Success. On the other side is your dream life. On the other side is your dream business. On the other side is you being able to do what you want, not being able to work for someone else and make your own money, right? And most people are hesitant. Most people are too attached to the outcome. What if this? What if that? The fear, anxiety, and doubt starts to creep in, and people just don't believe. People don't put their full faith in God or the universe, right? I say God, when I refer to God, I refer to Jesus Christ or Yahshua. Just to sum it up, I say God, universe for those of you. But You need to fully trust and have conviction, and not, in him, but in yourself, in your capabilities. Like, you as a person, you are your biggest ally and you are also your biggest enemy. So with that being said, let go, detach, and I promise you that in the next week, the next days, and the next months, you're going to be able to see your life start to slowly change. Another example, money. I needed rent money. And what did I do? I started focusing. I'm like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to make rent? How am I going to make rent? How am I going to pay my bills? And so, you know what? I'm like, you know what? I know I have it. I'm going to act as if I already have the money. Guess what? Day before, money hit my bank account. A couple jobs or clients that I signed in the past that I had just completely forgot about came. It's like you at some point in your life can think back at a moment in time where you genuinely didn't know how you were going to make it past a situation, or multiple situations at that, and you always turned out fine. You always turned out okay. And so that is a direct correlation to how much you fully believe in God. Because God's going to look out for you, bro. God's going to teach you lessons. God's going to be there. God's going to show you the way, but it's your job to listen. It's your job to see it. And it's your job to actually put in the work, right? Let's say I was starting my business and I needed clients. As long as I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to, I know that I'm going to get clients. If I'm marketing consistently, I know I'm going to get leads. If I'm talking to people and networking and shaking hands, I know that it's somehow going to come back to me. Okay? And it's applying this at every level of your life. Spiritual, mental, physical, right? The three planes, which is the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. And once you really detach and let go and truly understand your emotions, and you reach equanimity or equilibrium, right? Nothing can really faze you. You're the same with or without something. The universe just gives it to you. Money comes in my bank account, money goes out, doesn't matter to me. Why? Because I know it's going to come in again. I know I'm going to spend it just as easily, but I know it's going to come back just as easily. So detach, let go of specific outcomes, let go of things that hold power over you, trust in God, and go all in, right? Get the confirmation you need, take educated risks, and just go all in. Some people look at others and be like, damn, like, how is he doing it? Like, how's life going so well? How does he always know what to do, or how is he leveling up so fast? Because they detach themselves from the outcome. From the outside in, it looks like an overnight success. From the outside in, it looks like he's got everything figured out. He always makes the right decision. When in reality, it's just connecting to the higher power. It's tapping into infinite intelligence, or trusting your gut, or always having a spark in the back of your mind that kind of just gives you glimpses and flashes of the right stuff. And that comes with putting your full faith in God, and knowing that you're going to make the right decision, knowing that you're already at your dream state, knowing that you're already there. So that's it. I want you to go apply action steps. I always want to give action steps to people. Detach from outcomes, detach from things in your life that have current control over you, right? And the first step is realizing, like, hey, what is stuff that controls me? What is stuff that can sway me? And then just slowly let go. And you'll just watch, bro. You'll see how fast your life changes. But that was it. Little rant, probably like 15-minute video. So I hope you stayed to the end. Hope you enjoyed. Apply those action steps, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.